So another correction here is that our feet, when rotated, are not orienting the bones correctly. So that's a problem. This was pointed out to me by one of my students, and I figured out how to fix it, and it's a weird, simple fix, but over here, this foot is now working correctly. If I lift that up, you do have to lift it a little bit so that it's within range, otherwise your IK will flip on your leg, so just be aware of that when you're testing it. But you can see this foot is oriented properly. The solution was to orient constrain all of the IKs to all of the locators in the same position. I was given to understand that IK orientation meant nothing, but apparently it does. Although when you try to rotate it here, it was working, and so there you go. So take the IK for the toe. So we've got IK reverse toe, and constrain it by the locator. So we want constrainer first. So that'd be the locator first, IK reverse toe second, and orient constrain all three channels. Then we do the ball locator and the reverse ball IK, orient constrain all three channels. Oops, did I do that wrong? Oh, I selected the right side, that's why. I'll do this in a second on the other side. But IK reverse ball left, there it is. Orient constrain, right? And then finally the IK for the leg. So remember that one's named different. IK left foot, that's the entire thing up here. But it's the same thing, the ankle bone, ankle locator. That's the right one, there's the left one. This one, IK left foot, orient constrain all three channels, and then they should work. I tried a number of different permutations of this, from orient constraining the bones to parenting things, and even looked at a video from the Autodesk site about doing reverse foot. They were doing some things different that fundamentally changed it, and so it wasn't compatible with this, but there we go. So let me show one more time that this one isn't working, and then I'll go through all the steps for fixing it. You can see kind of how the ankle area is remaining upright, and so is the ball area and toe area. They're all remaining upright as this moves around. So that's incorrect, so we put that back into the bind position, and then we're going to constrain all three IK handles to all three locators. Let me close down some of these so I have less to distract me as I'm looking through there. First, by the way, you're going to want to get rid of any remaining constraints that you have. So I'm just checking the joints themselves to make sure that I don't have any constraints on there. It looks like I don't. Then I'm going to check the IKs for the right foot. So point constraint for the right foot, that's correct. We leave that alone. And pole vector, that's correct. We leave that alone. So then we want the reverse right ball. It has a point constraint right now. That's also correct. Reverse right toe, point constraint, that's also correct. So we're just messing with the rotates. So we don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so then I'm going to grab the right toe controller and the reverse right toe IK, constrain, orient, and we want to make sure maintain offset and all axis is turned on. If you hit apply, you don't have to open this over and over. So there we go. Then we're going to grab the locator for the right ball, and we're going to grab the reverse ball IK handle, apply, and then finally we're going to grab the ankle locator and the IK right foot and apply. And that should be it. That should be all that you have to do. So now when I rotate this side to side, there we go. It maintains a nice flat orientation. This is bending because, you know, the shin has paint weights, so it's changing the angle of two different things. Flipping still doesn't, operate very well, but that would be outside the bounds of good animation anyway, so don't worry too much about that. And if we do the ball roll, the ball roll, you can see it's functioning properly. We're lifting the heel up. I actually haven't painted the foot yet, so it looks kind of bad. And there, everything works properly as it should. So there you go, a nice quick fix for the problems with our feet not rotating side to side properly. Everything else was working, but that was just a nice thing to handle. Make sure that you save a new version of this, and then I already iterated my number to number 7. There we go. And then if you were in the middle of animation already, let me go ahead and show how to handle that. I'm just going to open up my animation loops file. So here we are, and we have the older rig loaded on this one so that side-to-side motion won't work. Let me find a pose where I could just, we'll just do it here. So I'll just tip this to the side so that you can see it's not working properly right now. And so we're going to go to File, Reference Editor. Here you can see I have number 6 loaded. I actually know that the name is number 7, so I can just change that. Or you could browse for it by right-clicking Reference, Replace Reference, and then go find it. But I'll just change the number here. Hit Enter. Continue. And there you go. You see it oriented itself properly. Also, the visibility came back because I forgot to turn that off, but I'll just set that back to template. This is set to render. So now you can see it works properly. All right, so that's all you got to do to fix the animation file if you already had started animated and noticing that problem. All right, you guys, hopefully that helps. And if you have questions, send them to me, and I'll talk to you on Friday.